the side of the passenger. So she wants someone flyer, sir. Me, I'm flyer than an astronaut. Never been caught like juggernaut, man, unstoppable. Got to have my way with you, girl, you know the only way is up. Non-stop. Me have six senses, gives an upper hand from my performances. Yeah, the proof's in the pudding. I'm a heavy walking crooked. It just starts with a two-sip of the juice, then the sexual tension. Cause the boost ain't fuck with the real one, the man a bootleg. Girl pulling up to the side of the passenger. So she wants someone flyer, sir. Me, I'm flyer than an astronaut. Never been caught like juggernaut, man, unstoppable. Got to have my way with you, girl, you know the only way is up. Me with that girl, it's been a long time, yeah. Since my love and it's been acquired. You gonna have to keep it quiet. You don't want the neighbors to fuck up a vibe, it's alive, yeah. We should put this on, it's alive, yeah. Now everyone can see how I rock your body. Me have six senses, gives an upper hand from my performances. Yeah, the proof's in the pudding. I'm a heavy walking crooked. It just starts with a two-sip of the juice, then the sexual tension. Cause the boost ain't fuck with the real one, the man a bootleg.
Hello guys, welcome to Boxing Blog Center, the home of Nigerian African boxing. And please, if you're new to this channel, make sure you click the like and of course the subscribe button, right? And also go to the notification bell icon, click it and select all. Search my opinion banger, a new exclusive video. You will definitely be notified, guys. We are live. You know what that means? It means we are here to talk about boxing, to talk boxing, and to give you guys the recent update news, what's going on in the boxing world, and our opinion as well. We've got about right here. Adewale and Ty Jagbe, and when we three gather here, you know it is always interesting. So I want to say big ups to my brother Adewale. How you doing, bro? You know why? If you don't taste small, can you mute, bro? On your hand.
Yes, my brother. Yes, my brother.
How far now? What's good? What's popping?
Thanks for having me, man. It's been a while, man. It's been a long time, man. A lot has happened in boxing. Let's cook.
Thanks, brother. I do appreciate your take on this. I feel like nice to have you back, bro. I appreciate you for sure. You know, as usual. So, man, this is a doc. I don't know how you see this, but to me, it's a doc. Of course, Frank Warren came out recently to say that, listen, Dillian, the body snatcher Whyte is not in their plans. It's not in Fury's plan. Fury don't plan to fight Dillian Whyte. Whyte has no business being the mandatory, just, you know, something like that, saying that I think there is a legal battle or whatever they're gonna do, and then that would delay the process, you know, and Fury will have to fight someone else. So basically, they'll be defending. Fury will be defending is linear, not linear. There's not linear is not visible. Is a Ring Magazine belt against an opponent. I don't know, bro. How isn't that ducking, bro? Why don't he just take the fight? Why doesn't he take the fight, bro?
I'm not really following their negotiations deeply, but from what I understand, the mandatory position makes it in such a way that Dillian is only gonna get 20% of the share, and Tyson would get 80%, and that is what is causing the disagreement. I'm not sure if that's what it is, but you can correct me if I'm wrong.
That is what they want. They want to lowball Dillian Whyte. However, remember, Dillian Whyte is the interim champ. To become an interim champ, you must have paid a lot of sanctioning fees. And you know that as an interim champ, he should be getting 45% of the pause.
Bro, me, I don't even care about that. As far as me, I'm concerned.
Bro, this is the same thing they accused at the end of doing, and yet they're doing it right now. For you don't care now. But you were so adamant. Like one of those guys that say, yeah, the United States is killing boxing and blah, blah, blah. And yet now Fury's doing it, you're quiet.
At least Fury is offering him a percentage. At least that is a percentage. Eddie Hearn was not even offering Wilder.
I mean, bro, a mandatory fighter is supposed to like. It's like, what percentage do you expect mandatory fighter to get?
Yeah, but the Wilder fight wasn't a mandatory.
Exactly. This was two champions, bro. The Wilder Joshua situation was two champions that were supposed to fight each other, and one champion is offered a flat fee. Let's not even go into that. Let's just talk about the Tyson Fury Dillian Whyte situation.
Bro, we are also discussing about that for sure. Continue. Listen.
Okay. If Dillian is refusing to accept 20%, and they've come to a point in their negotiation where they can't go forward, and for that reason, Tyson says, "Man, I'm just gonna drop this belt. I don't have time for this because I would rather go fight in America or something." Bro, I don't care, man. If you guys want to call that a duck, then so be it. Remember, this is not free fighting. The man has to make he has to make as much money as possible when he goes into that ring. Why should he take a lower paycheck to fight Dillian? Why should he do that? He's the heavyweight champion of the world. Nah, man, it's not a duck. Why should he take a pay cut just to fight Dillian Whyte? Who is Dillian Whyte? What does Dillian bring to the table? What does Dillian Whyte bring to the table? Can anybody answer that, bro? So I rest my case, man.
I feel like they are trying to lowball Dillian Whyte, and I think it is very wrong, bro. At least Joshua gave him a higher pulse than that. I think Joshua gave him 60-40. And if he wins, he will still get 60-40. In this case,
that same crybaby Dillian Whyte, Joshua offered him a fight in Wembley Stadium. Let's make this fight happen. April 2019, Dillian turned it down. Dillian Whyte turned down an opportunity to fight for 3 belts and maybe a 60-40 or whatever, maybe 70-30. Guy turned it down for the same reason. Oh, the money is too small. I'm not going to take this fight. That's how we missed out against Joshua. So, bro, I'm not even. You can keep crying. People can keep feeling emotional about, oh, Dillian, people are lowballing Dillian. WBC is screwing Dillian. Dillian is screwing himself. If he really wants to fight a shot against a title, he has had the opportunities over the years, and he has kept on turning them down. From Kubrat Pulev in Belgium and Bulgaria, he turned down that opportunity. He was supposed to go there. He said, no, I'm not going to Bulgaria. Okay, then he went to fight Derek Chisora. What did Derek Chisora bring to the table to push him forward? Bruh, I'm not falling for that, man.
Well, Jagwe, what's your take on this move right here?
Well, let's see, man. Okay, but let's not forget Canelo. Listen, a mandatory is a mandatory. A rule has been placed. You know, there's a reason why the rule was placed, and these guys, I'm hearing, regardless of what the sanctioning body said, the rule is the rule, and a mandatory fighter, which Mauricio Suleiman said, Dillian Whyte is the mandatory champion. There's nothing you can't even do about that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. He already said it. As I'm reading, I might be wrong. Do not quote me on this. You know, I'm hearing mandatory champions, mandatory fighters get 40%. Let's not forget when Canelo fought what's this guy's name? Yildirim, this guy. We all knew that guy was out of his league. Everybody wondered how he got into that position to fight Canelo, and he got the amount he got. It was the way he put himself into that position. Remember, a lot of these guys You won't hear them. They're not that good, but they'll put themselves in a position to where they're mandatories, and then they're supposed to get this amount of money, and that there's no way about it, and that's what they get. It happened with Pulev and AJ. Everybody, he got himself into that nice position, and he got paid what he's supposed to get paid. There's no way you can go about in trying to avoid these kind of things. Listen, this guy wants to call himself a champion. If he's a champion, let it be. But it goes back to the saying, if it looks like a duck and it swims like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then it's probably a duck. So it makes me think Tyson is either trying. Listen, you're trying to duck Deontay. I'm sorry, you're trying to duck Dillian Whyte. You can't say you're with the whole situation with this arbitration, right? Bro, screw this arbitration. Pay that man and fight. If you win, you win. Get rid of this. I always say this: get rid of these guys. Stop going back and forth. Pay them and get rid of them. The longer you let them stay, the more the more they're gonna be a thorn at your side. I've said that with Anthony Joshua. Should have got rid of. Should have fought Usyk a long time ago. Now look at what Usyk is doing. He's a thorn at your side.
Well, if he had fought Usyk a long time ago, do you think he was ready? Like,
bro,
then
listen, the AJ that was bringing it on, that I remember, if he would have brought it on like the way he brought it on.
Yeah, but that's the AJ before Klitschko.
Exactly. So that's what I say. He should have gotten rid of Usyk or got rid of that mandatory a long time ago instead of letting him live. Right?
I think Ty has a good point there, because the AJ of like 2 years ago, if he had fought Usyk, he would have given Usyk a better fight than the other one.
Exactly. Bro, I even think this AJ a long time ago, the one that fought Klitschko fought this AJ, bro, he would have knocked out this AJ.
Yeah.
He would have knocked out this AJ. But it's like I keep saying, if you let these guys linger long enough, they're gonna be a problem at your side. And this is what's going on. Now, Tyson Fury, I'm saying three ways about this. If Tyson Fury decides I don't want to fight Dillian Whyte, let me get elevated to the franchise, or he lets himself get elevated to the franchise. Now he's gonna have to fight somebody else. There's a likely chance he's gonna get hurt, and we won't see Tyson Fury fight. Or there's a likely chance. People say, "Oh no, it can't be." Yes, it can't be done. If Tyson Fury vacates that belt, and him and Dillian Whyte and Wilder fought, if Wilder fights and beats Dillian Whyte, he could contest and say, I want to fight the eliminator. I could be the mandatory. He could contest that, and they can make it happen. And then we're gonna see a Tyson Fury versus Wilder 4. That can absolutely happen. It can happen. People say no, it can happen. It might be bad for boxing, but it can happen. The way I see it, it can happen because of what's going on. Now, if Tyson Fury decides, just because of the situation, bro, just fight Dillian Whyte and get rid of the whole situation and get rid of it, and that's it. Don't try to let this guy linger long enough. Like I said, if you let them linger long enough, something's gonna happen to where you're gonna end up being the loser in the situation. This is the same shit that keeps going on in boxing. You let these guys linger long enough, and that's what happens. That's where I'm gonna end it.
Adewale, you wanna add something to it?
Nah, man, that was pretty well summarized, man.
Yeah, but if you look at it in a way though, like I understand what you're saying, Tajabwe, and I agree to an extent. However, I still feel like the Joshua that fought Dillian Whyte, let's say before the Klitschko fight, would have beaten almost everybody in the division, including Fury himself. However, Fury during that time, there's no way he would have fought Fury because Fury was Fury took a lot of cocaine, was a drug addict, then. And Usyk was a cruiserweight, bro. I think he was. I think what was Usyk doing then? Maybe competing in the tournament, right? In tournaments, I don't know. Probably so. So I want to say big thanks to you guys for that take. So we're gonna go to the next one right here, which is very, very, very interesting. So Anthony Joshua, the former unified heavyweight, is so fucking crazy to call him former. That former irritates me so much, bro. I hate saying it, but that's reality right now. Hopefully, he gets his best back. Okay, Joshua was inspired by Derek Chisora's performance against Joseph Parker in the rematch. He called Joseph Parker a G, a guy that the community should look up to. Why he's still here? Because people tend to appreciate you when you are no longer, active or so. What do you make of that, bro? Ty Jagbe, I want to hear your take on this, bro. You said take on it. Bro, you have to unmute.
Well, go on, boys. I think Ty is gone.
Gone? That's weird. I believe he gone. Okay, he's back. What happened, bro? Ty Jagbe.
What's up, bro?
What happened, bro? Brother Majo told me you're gone, bro. I was like, damn. So yeah.
No. I had to go. I had to give a phone call real quick.
Okay, no problem. Okay, what do you make of it? Joshua being inspired by Derek Chisora, and he's currently in training. I don't know if he's still training, but he posted some clips on Instagram and on Snapchat and some snippet of it. What do you make of that, bro?
Listen, man. The more I keep watching this Anthony Joshua fight, the more the more pissed off I get. Because listen, I'm a fan of AJ, and you know what sucks when you got to be honest with people you like. You can't try to lie to them. You're lying to them, even with a friend. You're lying to them. You're not doing them of any service. You're actually hurting them, and telling them the truth. Listen, you can't deny what we saw in the ring. You can't deny it at all. AJ not committing to something. The way he was throwing trying to throw a fade something at Usyk, and it didn't look like a punch. His facial expression on the second round looked like he was getting all discouraged. At the beginning of the fight, asking somebody, "What do you think I should do to this guy?" Listen, as a fighter, you shouldn't ask somebody else who's not in your camp, "What should I do with this guy? How should I handle this guy?" That means you're either your game plan. You don't believe in your game plan. You don't trust your game plan. You don't know what you're doing in that ring. Is what you're telling me. And me as one of your favorite fighters, bro. If you don't believe in yourself, I'm not gonna believe in you. I'm just being honest. And bro. It's like me sugarcoating me trying to hide what I really think about these guys. Like I said, I'm done with that, man. I'm gonna go straight forward and I'm gonna fire at these guys. I'm gonna tell them the truth. I'm gonna tell them if they suck, especially my African brothers, man. I'm gonna tell you if you suck. I'm not listening. Being nice is not helping them. Is not doing them of any service at all. Right now, do I believe it? Do I believe in it? Can AJ beat Usyk? No. Do I believe in his workouts? I don't care how many workouts he's posted. He's posted just the same workouts as he did in the past, punching the pads, doing this, looking good. You come in the ring and you look like shit. Am I still a fan of AJ? Yes, I am. But I'm gonna be honest with him. You could punch the pads as many as times as you want, look good on the pads, and you go in that ring, you don't look the same. Same thing with Teofimo Lopez. He looked good on the pads. He went in the ring. Everybody thought he was going to beat this guy, and look what happened. I don't care what his doctor said or anything. I don't care. That's what you look like, you know? So until AJ shows me, man, this guy, man, he sure is tough. Man, he showed me something. Then I'm a fan. As a fan, I'm going to start believing him. As of right now, I'm a fan that is discouraged and can't really believe what he's seeing. Seeing is believing, and that's just half the percentage of what you're looking at. You don't know where the other half is because you don't know where the other half lies. You can see AJ. He's feeling good. You don't know how mentally how he is. They're doing him a disservice, and his whole team is lying to him and telling him this and that. Man, the guy has a lot of work to do. Physically, mentally, has a lot of work to do. Stamina, everything, man. I'm not saying he's a bad boxer. He's one of the best athletic boxers that I've seen. But going in there not feeling like you're strong enough to do something, you're not able to do something. It's mentally challenging for you because you're not going to be able to really perform the way you want to perform. As for me, I stand by what I said. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna be very honest. The man that's looking good, that is looking absolutely good right now, and I haven't seen any photos of him, is Usyk, because he showed me what he can do in that ring. And you know, as a cruiserweight come to a heavyweight, I was quite surprised on what he did. Quite surprised. So it's all up to AJ to bring his A game, to decide what coach he wants to fight with. It's all up to him. It's really all up to him. In my personal opinion, it's Rob McCracken. It is time for you to go. And I'm not saying, oh, people say that. No, man. At that fight, they should have been able to tell AJ, this is the game plan you should be doing. This is how you should be fighting. That first game plan is working. Let's switch to another game plan. Him not being able to do that tells me a lot mentally about his coaches and the people around him. But I'm going to let my other brothers go in. That's where I'm going to end it, man.
Thanks, brother. You know what's so sad, though? You look at this right now. A popular Nigerian blogger posted this today, 6 hours ago, where he said, Anthony Joshua versus, he wrote Joshua versus Usyk 2, refight. Who do you think will win this time around? Well, look at Nigerians' response. Bro, this guy here say them don't to beat him, but Naim go win this time around. Inshallah, I say Joshua be beaten to pieces, but he believes Joshua will win this time around. This guy, other guy says Sneeze Mankind says Joshua has to win to avoid further national embarrassment. The FA Worry Boy says Andy Reese. This guy said Anthony Scobie Nero. This girl said I will try not to invest too much emotions into this fight. This shop said, now by God's grace, Anthony take the win fight. Joshua said Joshua needs God's grace to win fight. It said, this guy said Joshua doesn't lose to same person twice. He's learned his mistake and is back in his back strong. He's only fought one person once though. He's the fought person. He's regained his belt once against Ruiz. So Ruiz and Usyk are different fighters, huh? So a lot of Nigerians are backing Anthony Joshua, but not that they're backing him because of their patriotism. You know, Joshua is one of ours, so they are backing him, but they are not convinced that he wins the fight, but they are backing him due to patriotism. This guy here says Usyk by late stoppage. If Joshua can knock him out early, then there's nothing he would do in the later rounds. Usyk is just too durable. He's a cardio machine, and he makes his opponent walk faster than they are used to, hence they tire out. Joshua has energy problem, and it doesn't just take 2-3 fights to work on that. It takes a long time to work on resistance, conserving your energy.
That was a good comment.
Lucy, the ambassador say it be like this time they go send Joshua come a village. Go, bro. It's not a night like bro. This guy said Usyk will beat Joshua hands down. Anyway, I'm so embarrassed as well. Of course, Joshua's Nigerian. It hurts because I keep rewatching that fight and keep saying, why didn't you go for it? At the same time, I noticed Joshua wanted to go for it, but Usyk counter skill set is just superior. Usyk's counter skills is just wow. I was amazed by Usyk, the way he countered Joshua. Joshua's gonna do more than just going for it. He's gonna do different, maybe might not change a lot, but tweak some things together and get it on with. Let's go down here. Adewale, what do you make of this right here, bro?
Man, from the comments that you read from the Nigerians, you can just tell that most Nigerians are not really boxing fans, to deeply. They just support boxing emotionally. It's more from emotional standpoint for most guys. There was a last comment that you read that was very good. The guy broke it down. The guy that said if Joshua can't knock him out in the earlier rounds, then Usyk might knock Joshua out in the later rounds. And I also see it playing out the same way in the rematch, because like we all saw in the first fight, Usyk, yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can knock him. Not a KO, it'll be a TKO. He can TKO Joshua in the later rounds, and Joshua can definitely TKO him or KO him in the earlier rounds. But it's going to be very difficult because Usyk is a multi-dimensional fighter as opposed to Joshua. If Joshua is a decent boxer, he knows how to box, right? But he's not as advanced as Usyk. Look at the footwork. Usyk uses angles like he's the best using angles currently in the heavyweight division. Maybe Tyson Fury, maybe a few other guys. Even this guy, Frank Sanchez. Sanchez is good. He's a very good boxer too. But at the end of the day, Usyk is a way better boxer than Joshua, and Joshua's strength against Usyk should have been his physical size, his power, and aggression. And he was not able to use those attributes against Usyk in the first fight. And that would give Usyk a psychological boost going into the second fight. That's why if Joshua makes too many mistakes earlier in the second fight, he's going to lose quicker than he did in the first fight. It's not going to go the distance. So he better not make mistakes. He has to be on his P's and Q's. He has to use those advantages that he has. There is no point learning how to use angles in your footwork like Usyk does. Usyk lands. Yeah, man. I mean, see, Usyk is a way better boxer than Joshua. Okay, Joshua needs to work on his strengths, use his strengths to beat Usyk, and that is his physical size, his power, his aggression. That's it.
Thanks, but I appreciate your take on this. Let's go around here. Mayu Joe. Oh, I think he left. So
let me come in here real quick.
Okay, bro.
I gotta give it to if you look at Canelo's fights, Billy Joe Saunders versus Caleb Plant. Listen, those guys knew how to use angles against uh, um, Canelo, but Canelo's constant pressure and the way he hit them made them all stop. Literally all stop. In that fight with Usyk, AJ versus Usyk, AJ didn't use. You could tell he was the physical strong. He was stronger than Usyk. The way when he grabbed Usyk up and he was like moving him up, moving him away, try to get away from certain punches. You could tell he was physically the strongest, stronger than Usyk, physically, no doubt about it. But how did he use it? He didn't use it. Canelo knew how to use it. He wasn't like one of the best. I would say Billy Joe Saunders when I is a better, had more fundamentals, more better footwork than Canelo. Canelo didn't have better footwork than Billy Joe Saunders. But it's what Canelo did to Billy Joe Saunders what got to Billy Joe Saunders. The constant pressure, the punches that needed to mattered is what AJ needs to do. It makes me feel like Eddie Reynoso might just be the perfect trainer for AJ. It just makes me feel like that. You know, it's just the way Canelo handled these fighters that are like with better footwork. It's just the way he handled them. So it makes me think, how can AJ handle these guys? He definitely needs to. Rob McCracken just doesn't have that knowledge he needs. It's just somebody else that has that knowledge. Simple.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate your take. You guys, we heard it from
That was
Jawi.
an excellent breakdown, man. That was a great breakdown, man.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. I do appreciate it for sure. So let's get to the next one right here, which is Kamaru Usman. The Nigerian Nightmare wins the UFC Fighter of the Year. He had 3 fights this year. All 3 fights were outstanding. Okay, outstanding, I have to say. What do you guys make of this right here, Adewale?
I'm happy for Usman, and he deserves it. He's a very hard worker. This guy is always training. He's always looking good in the ring, in the octagon. He's entertaining. He's a good guy in and out. He was able to defeat Colby Covington decisively the second time. I mean, that's been a good year for him, man. He beat Masvidal, Covington, and I can't remember the third fight now. What was the third fight, please?
Was it not the third fight was this guy? He's not Covington twice, yeah?
No,
Costa.
the first
Costa.
Covington was 2 years ago.
No. Costa. Paulo Costa, right? No, Costa. No.
No. It was this guy. Oh, I remember who it was. This Brazilian guy. His friend, his gymmate or his former gymmate, something like that.
Yeah. Like I don't remember the guy's name.
Yeah. But man, Usman, he's been doing well on his welterweight championship run, representing himself very, very well as a true champion. He represents his country. He believes so much in his country. Man, you can't but love Usman, and he's a good fighter. He goes in there, he tries to knock you out. It's very, very entertaining, man. He deserves that title, 100%.
Thanks, but I appreciate it. Tajagbe, your take. Tajagbe.
Yeah, bro.
Gilbert Bonds. Now I know. Yeah, Gilbert Bonds. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out before I congratulate Kamaru Usman. There's a female MMA fighter that got inducted into the Hall of Fame, Boxing Hall of Fame, and I honestly I looked past her boxing record, and when I looked it up, it was pretty good. Who is she? She's the one that beat that female that was supposed to be this big height, like Hollis, something like that. I can't remember. If I remember her name, I'll come back to it. But Cameron Usman, I'm glad he got the UFC Fighter of the Year. You know, he's a dedicated fighter. He's an amazing fighter, and you know, his record is very good. Because right now he could actually, the way he's fighting, he could actually he could catch up to oh my God, what's this guy's
Anderson Silva?
No, not Anderson Silva. No, not Anderson Silva. George Saint I think it's Saint Pierre. If I'm not mistaken, one of the best fighters, MMA fighters out there that ever stepped into that ring. I think he could come in there and catch up to him and actually beat his record. You know, and he was actually a very talented fighter. Pierre, you know, because the way he fought, and I believe he held a very good record with like only 2 losses on his record. So if he comes in and I mean, if Cameron Usman does what he does, you know, and continues the way he is, man, he's gonna go down as one of the greatest fighters that ever stepped into that ring. So, you know, congratulations to him winning that title.
Isn't it one way? He's one win away from I think from overtaking Anderson Silva's record, right?
Yes, he holds a record. He's close.
Like, no, like he's still like, I think the record is even now. No, not Anderson Silva. It's Anderson Silva. There's one MMA legend like that. I'm not really an MMA big fan like that, so I guess that's why I don't know. I don't know these names. If he was boxing now, you know, I'll be saying it already. I'll know already. It'll be weird. There's this MMA fighter that has not Anderson Silva. Like he overtook that record already. Like this MMA fighter, I don't know what his name is. I can't remember it. GSP. Yeah. GSP, yeah. He's one win away from overtaking his record.
Isn't that this Saint Pierre that he was just
something like that. Can you imagine? I never watched any fight of GSP. No. I'm not.
Man, bro, boxing is a better sport.
I can't say it's a better sport, you know, but boxing is more of my thing, you know. Like, I don't know, man. Growing up, but it's boxing I watched, you know. I just love the act of boxing and the sweet science, but I started following MMA because I saw our African brothers doing well there. So I'm like, okay, let me follow this sport. I'll be following this sport. I just, you know, still have to. What was that? Oh, that was
Holly Holm is her name.
Holly Holmes. Yeah, she was a boxer. Yeah. She boxed. You know.
She got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's impressive, huh?
Yeah, congratulations, sir. I was very impressed. A very good female boxer too.
Amanda Nunes got her ass whooped. Bro, that was like a big upset. Nunes was, I mean, she's still, yeah, though, but wait. Anyway, guys, you heard it from our brothers Adewale and Ty Ajagbe. Let's get to the next one right here, which is Jake, the problem child, Paul. What do you make of Tommy Fury's excuses and all the things he's come up with, and so many things said? You know, it's funny how this guy said, "Yeah, I will fight Jake Paul with the broken ribs and bro," and he dog Jake Paul, a YouTuber, bro. I think had it been the fought, I think Jake Paul would have knocked him out. I'll just say right now, if Tommy Fury if you couldn't knock out that guy, Anthony Taylor, a guy who don't know how to even throw a proper jab. How do you expect to knock Jake Paul? Jake Paul, Jake Paul is getting more experience right now, and people are not seeing it. Weird though. They see what he's doing, but they don't want to appreciate it. Although I'm an hardcore boxing fan, I'm not a Jake Paul fan at all. But I have to respect him, for what he's done so far. He's done good. He's done well for himself. Adewale, your take on Tommy Fury pulling out of the Jake Paul fight, and then coming back to say, yeah, we're scheduling and those kind of stuff, and stuff. He said he's being bullied now by fans. Fans are calling him names now because he pulled out the fumbler. What do you make of it, brother?
Listen, man. Me, I like Jake Paul because he made Amanda Serrano a bigger star. And he's a good contribution to women's boxing. Now people like Amanda Serrano, they're talking about earning close to $1 million. She's set up to fight against Katie Taylor in their next fight, and they're both going to make at least $1 million each. So I like that, and I respect Jake Paul for being a part of that situation, But on the real, as far as fighting is concerned, until Jake Paul fights a real fighter, a real boxer, will I give him respect? I respect the fact that he knocked out Tyron Woodley. I mean, Woodley is a real fighter, but he's not a real boxer. Plus, they were not the same size. Plus, that fight wasn't properly sanctioned. I don't think there was anything like a drug testing, or I'm not even sure if they came in at the same weight. Maybe Jake came in 10 pounds heavier. I mean, it wasn't a real fight, man. If Jake Paul fights a real guy, a real boxer, okay, a regular pro that is maybe 3 fights in as a pro, same weight class, and he knocks out that guy, then I'll start respecting him. I'm not saying Jake Paul cannot fight. He knows how to fight. But when he starts beating real boxers, I'll respect him. But till then, forget it.
That was 40 though. All right. I knew you're not giving Jake Boys due credit, man. Like, my brother, not is Martino. Anyway, Tajak, with your take. Adewale is something else.
I have to agree with Adewale because
Wow, you're gonna agree with oh my.
Listen.
Hi, you're gonna agree with Adewale as well. Oh my God. Oh, come on.
I have respect for.
Give Jake Paul his credit, bro.
Jake Paul, everything that he said is just to get a reaction out of everybody. Listen, he beat Tyron Woodley because, let's be honest, Tyron Woodley, camp-wise, he wasn't prepared. He took that fight last minute out of the couch, like sitting on a couch, not being prepared, not having the right trainers with him. Do he think just going in there, his MMA skills will get him past the YouTuber who's actually been boxing longer? Yes, Tyron Woodley, I think it was part of the original Strike Force. I can't even be certain on that part. He has some knowledge of striking, but not boxing. Wrestling, that's his knowledge. Those are all his knowledge. But if you the first fight with Jake Paul, you know what saved him? Being in having people from Floyd's camp with him is what saved him. Is what was able to get him that ounce of that moment of trying to knock out Jake Paul, which he wasn't able to do. But this time around, I don't think he had anybody respectably enough in his corner that could handle somebody of his magnitude fighting Jake Paul. And you know what happened? He got knocked out. Pretty embarrassing. Yes, very, very embarrassing. Because at the end of the day, you have more of a combat experience
Yeah, bro. I think we lost him. We lost our boy right now, Ty Ajagbe. Ajagbe, you have to get coming in, like go out and come in again. And so, man, network.
Then a YouTuber.
Bro, what? We lost you for a second, bro. Please, we lost you for a second.
Really?
Yeah, we did.
Like I don't know where you guys lost me at.
I don't know, man. I don't know either, bro. Like, anyway,
Okay,
anyway, continue. Just continue.
I was at the point where I said, Tyron Woodley, he just came off the couch. Really. He was still in shape, but he came off the couch.
Bro, bro, give Jake Paul his due credit. It's not easy to knock Tyron Woodley out.
Listen.
Like, bro, what do you say?
He's not a boxer, man. He's not a boxer. He's an MMA fighter at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, he still has more combat experience than Jake Paul. Tyron Woodley should have had people of Floyd Mayweather's camp for this fight, no matter what. It's embarrassing to get knocked out by a YouTuber who all he does is, to gain fans, to try to get a reaction out of everything he does. He wants people to react. That's how he gets people and fans. I'm glad.
Let me give you guys the evidence that Tyron Woodley came off the couch. In his MMA career, he fought at welterweight, right? That's 175 pounds. But in the fight against Jake Paul, I believe it came in 190 or something. 190 something. So that shows you right there that Tyron Woodley was not prime prepared for Jake Paul. Plus, he's like 40 years old, been defeated many times. Man, I'm not going to give Jake Paul credit for knocking out Tyron Woodley. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. I believe Tommy Fury would have beaten Jake Paul. Tommy Fury and Jake Paul, if they got in that ring together, he would outbox Jake. I mean, Jake has good power. He has a chance to knock him out. But more than likely,
Tommy Fury that was running scared. Tommy Fury that was running scared against Anthony Taylor, who don't know how to throw a proper jab. Or is it Tommy Fury that couldn't knock out a guy that has over 100 losses on his record?
You know what? I don't know much about Tommy Fury's career.
Bro, we've got to look at it. The guy is a bouncer, bro. The guy is a bouncer, wannabe boxer. What do you mean?
Did he start boxing from childhood, like Tyson?
No. He started boxing after Love Island, bro.
Oh, okay. I see. So he started boxing like 2 years ago or something.
After Love Island, yeah, something like that.
These guys are just celebrities.
Maybe
man.
He's been the. Listen,
bro, that's what I said. He's a celebrity, man. These guys are celebrities.
He's been the ring. He's been the gym. You can tell that the guy look. He's in a good. Like he look good. He's in great physique. The same physique that his brother Tyson Fury always throw shades at Joshua. Like, yeah, Joshua is a bodybuilder. But when it comes to his brother, he has no problem with that. It just shows that Fury wished to have what Joshua has, but you cannot have it naturally. In fact, maybe Tommy Fury was maybe Tommy Fury was in the juice, and he tested himself before the week to the fight. Like, let's say a week to the fight, it's like, nah, I'm on a juice right now.
Well, would there even be drug testing for a fight?
Of course, they have to be drug tested.
They don't drug test. Listen, Jake Paul and Tommy Fury, they're both on the juice, man. It's whoever has the best juice. Wait.
I Jake Paul juicing, but the guy's been like that, Jake Paul doesn't have a physique that you would say this is a good physique. He has a normal physique. Maybe his brother, Logan Paul. Yeah, that guy is in good shape. That you can say, oh, maybe. But Jake Paul is just a normal guy. He just look random, bro. I saw our brother Adewale walking out there. Adewale is in better shape than Jake Paul.
Remember, there's different types, man. There's different types. You don't need You know, there's different types out there. So you know, we don't need something like that to look like a boxer. You know?
Maybe that's how you see it, though. But it's one of those things. You guys are really funny. The way you guys are just bashing Jake Paul, not giving him credit. Man, I don't know, man.
Now, I like what he's doing. I like the fact that he can make money from boxing, coming from YouTube and every other form of entertainment. I like that. I respect that about him. And he's also able to expose these boxers for not being able to generate as much money as people that come from outside. You know, so I like that about him. But for me to give him credit as a good fighter because he knocked out Tyron Woodley, no, I'm not.
Bro, just give me his credit, bro. What's so hard to give him credit for? Well, like, what's so hard? It's not the same time Woodley almost stopped him the last time they fought.
Wait, he's a cruiserweight, right? He's a cruiserweight division. Oh, how do you see Jake Paul and Lawrence Okoli playing out?
So you want to kill him or what? With Lawrence Okoli? Bro, now what for you? So you want to keep pressing, bro?
Bro, I think if this guy lands a punch on Jake Paul, he goes to sleep. No matter what.
Bro, no. We don't want him to fight Lawrence Okoli, bro.
Why are you protecting the guy now?
Yeah, I just like the way Jake Paul fight, bro. I'm not against elite, like. Even though Lawrence Okoli is still very much new to the game.
Okoli is not even elite, bro. Okoli hasn't even proven to be elite yet.
A world champion is elite, bro.
Nah, Okoli is not elite, man. Bro, no, look, I disagree.
Bro,
come on.
Glowacki is a legend. So you're not giving...
was not an elite now, come on.
Bro, Glowacki is an elite fighter, huh? Let's keep it right here. He's an elite fighter. You know that?
I don't know, man.
Come on.
Bro, what are you guys saying?
Bro,
why
the only elite fighter in that division is Brady's, in my opinion.
But that is
man,
true.
you guys are not giving. You guys are not really giving.
I think Brady's beats Okoli, man. I'm not even.
Glowacki is not elite. You guys are saying Glowacki is not elite. Bro, come on.
Glowacki, no, man, no. He's
no,
good,
bro, we don't know him, man. Bro, we don't know him, man. We don't know him.
Come on, bro. Glowacki is now what for now?
No, the same Glowacki. Was that the same Glowacki that lost to Charles Martins?
Why are you bringing it up?
His knee.
Why are you bringing that up, Brian? Why are you bringing it up?
No. I just wanted to be sure if it was the same person, you know.
Well, I think Glowacki lost to Charles Martin, but let me see. Let me check if it's the same.
The same guy.
Glowacki, you know.
Well, if Usyk was to go down to meet Lawrence Okoli.
Usyk will box circles around Lawrence Okoli.
Yeah, he will. Of course, Usyk is
That is the counter all night, man.
Yeah, he's the same guy. He's the same guy. Yeah, in 2018.
All night.
Wait. No, he's not a guy.
It's a different guy.
Vladislav Glasgow. It's Glasgow.
Oh, Glasgow. Sorry, Glasgow, not Glowacki.
But in 2018, he's also for he didn't fight Glowacki for Konaki. So Glasgow is Glasgow, not.
Okay.
There's a lot of killers in Lawrence Okoli's division. He's not fighting them anytime soon. I'll tell you that right now.
Like who?
Don't forget, British is still in
but British don't want to fight Okoli, bro.
Dodicos is still in there. Yonel Dodicos is still in there.
Dodicos is fading out.
Bro, look at Glowacki only has 3 losses, okay? And he's been knocked out twice. Now look at people he's fought, okay? Let me see the big name here.
Marco Huck. I don't want to say he's that good. He's all right, but he's still in there. These guys, Okoli has a lot of.
Yeah, he knocked Marco Huck out, huh? He knocked him out in 2015. Marco Huck is not joke, bro.
Not Marco Huck.
Yeah, He also beat Steve Cunningham.
Not Marco Hunt. I'm sorry.
The guy
not
that
Marco Hunt.
the guy that dropped Tyson Fury. He also beat him. Okay, so he also beat Mazim Vlasov, who is very Mazim Vlasov. I don't know if you know the guy, bro.
I don't think Marco
So
Hunt.
he's only lost to three fighters. Elite, okay. We'll call him. You call it. He's not close to elite already, but he's still learning on the job. So he's fought two elite fighters,
Yeah.
Maris Bridges and Usyk, bro. And Usyk did not knock him out, huh? It went to distance when they fought. It went to distance,
Andrew Tabiti.
bro. So give our brother Koli props for that.
Andrew Tabiti versus Lawrence Okoli is going to be a good fight. That fight has to happen. I don't care. That fight has to happen.
Both are two Nigerians. I don't want to see that fight, bro.
That fight, I want to see it. I want to see it, bro.
I don't want to say if it's for a belt, then yeah. But other than that, I don't enjoy seeing two Nigerians fight. I just don't know why. I don't enjoy seeing them fight. I just don't know why.
Kenechukwu is in the building, man.
Yeah, my brother Kenechukwu, Afana.
What's up, man? How are they? Man, season's greetings to everybody.
Big ups to
man.
Kenechukwu. What do you make of this
Merry
riot?
Christmas, Happy New Year, all that good stuff, you know?
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you, my brother. Merry Christmas to everybody. Raymond, you asking what do I make of what?
Yeah, what do you make of yeah, I mean, we've talked a lot. We've talked about a lot of things.
I know.
We've talked about Tyson Fury pulling out, okay, of the Dillian Whyte fight, and White Wilder could happen.
Yeah, I think it's a man, my brother. The problem is Frank Warren and Bob Arum. I don't know what they want to do, but they are definitely moving him away from that Dillian Whyte fight. That's the way I see it. I thought that Tyson Fury's mind was made up that he was going to defend the title against Dillian Whyte. Next thing I'm hearing about is Frank Warren is issuing a press statement regarding the arbitration case not being settled yet, and he might need Tyson Fury might want to test his skills against an undecided fighter, not his mandatory. I'm like, I'm tired of all these boxing promoters, man. To me, it's just a play from Frank Warren and Bob Arum. I don't know what they want to do, but I just feel it's their play, because all of us had thought that by March this thing that we'll get in Fury White, and then by May we'll get Wilder Ruiz. That was what I was thinking, but it is what it is, man. I'm not even bothered again.
It's just enough time for them to decide if they want to drop the belt or not. It's just they're just holding on to that. I think that's what they want to do.
Yeah, they hold on to the belt because Bob Arum, no matter what we say, the best person who has a relationship with Usyk's manager, which is I've forgotten his first name, but I know his last name is Kilmas, is Bob Arum. And he's the closest promoter that has a good relationship with him, so he knows that no matter what, Usyk is going to land with the Usyk Tyson Fury fight is going to be easier to do than it was for Eddie to actually do it with AJ. He has an excellent relationship with Kilmas, because even before what do you call it, Lomachenko, he had Gosik was still his Vosik that Beterbiev beat last year or the year before was under Bob Arum. So Bob Arum always has the pick of Kilmas's this thing. The only one that got away from Bob Arum was Kovalev. So that's the thing. He always have the pick of this thing of Kilmas's clients. So I just feel that Usyk fight, no matter what anybody thinks, as long as Usyk keeps the titles, if he can defend it against AJ, the next fight is against Fury. That one will be made easily.
Thanks, brother. So what do you make of Anthony Joshua being inspired by Derek Chisara's performance against Joseph Parker, and also training for for Usyk
I like it. I like,
rematch.
to be honest with you, I like it now that I'm not even seeing any training or heard anything from AJ in the past month and a half. It tells me that he's working on something, and it makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. It just gives me more or less like a sense of belief that he can actually come up with a decent game plan versus 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 Usyk. So I'm just like hopeful that we'll see a different game plan than this thing. Um, in terms of him drawing inspiration from Chijora, well, I don't think any, well, to be honest with you, man, I don't see any inspiration in Chisora. To me, Chisora should retire before he ends up like James Toney. Yes, now all of us have seen how James Toney cannot construct one sentence now. He's always
Why should Chisora retire? I don't understand, bro. What are you saying, bro? Why are you guys always discrediting Chisora should retire? Why should he retire, bro?
Raymond, go and see James Toney. James Toney took a lot of punishment like Chisora has taken punishment. I'm not worried about Chisora now.
From the lightweight division, though. He
Bro,
moved up from the lightweight division to heavyweight.
Yeah, bro. He came from the lightweight division
for such a long time.
Dude,
bro, he's different. Coming from the lightweight division.
Boxers that have taken punishment, especially, dude, Parker punished this guy. That was I was feeling so bad.
Parker punished him. The only listen, bro. I mean, you're overreacting right now. I will tell you right now, bro. I will tell you, bro. He did not punish him. What he did, the only thing he did was that uppercut. That uppercut, was it? What like? I think uppercut is Derek Chisora's kryptonite. He doesn't know how to to move away from it.
You can't even keep a straight face and say.
I don't know about keeping a straight face, but he didn't punish Chisora. It was a war, bro. It was a Derek war. Chisora, that's what he does. He come to fight. He's not coming here to box, or like he doesn't come to box. He comes to fight. That is what he does. He's a warrior, bro. You have to appreciate it.
That man is risking his health, man. To be honest, everybody is missing him. What's the point? I mean,
bro,
if that guy was your blood brother, if that guy was your blood brother, would you advise him to continue?
As Joshua taking punishment in boxing?
No, not that much. Not that much.
How many wars have Joshua been in?
A few, very few.
I mean, re-war, the Usyk.
No, but you can't say. You know, AJ is way more talented than Chisora.
Bro, I'm saying, how many wars has he been in? This is what I'm saying right now. It's all about talent.
No, but he hasn't been in too many wars now.
Maybe just one war. The one against Dillian Whyte was a slight war. That was it.
Yeah, that one was a war.
And this guy was in his face drop, Takam. But Takam wasn't really hitting it, except when he headbutted him in the nose.
And then the war against Usyk was a war, more or less.
Yes. Usyk. Okay, Usyk was the worst war. It was it. And Ruiz just beat him up.
Yeah, Ruiz just beat him up. Ruiz one just beat him up. My problem is okay, Raymond. If you say he doesn't retire, who does he fight now? Do you want him to fight like a David Allen? Who does he fight?
Chisora.
Yeah, who does Chisora fight?
I would like to see Chisora Charles Martin.
But Charles Martin is fighting Ortiz now.
I know. Chisora Ortiz. But he can put this here, bro. Like, why not? Can happen.
But what's the point? He's going to lose to all those guys.
He will lose to Charles Martin now. Ortiz, but I believe Chisora beat Ortiz, bro.
Chisora loses to Martins and Ortiz.
Ortiz is already 59 years old, right? Almost 70 now. So, bro, he's gonna gas out.
Wow, almost 70. Is it Batali? Is it Batali? Raymond,
how do you go from 59 to 70?
Raymond, you did that damage.
Anyway, listen, Ortiz is already old, so he's going to gas out. He's more talented, but he will gas out. With Chisora's pace, I don't think Ortiz can keep up, bro. I'm just telling you right now, he cannot keep up for the whole 12 rounds. Chisora brings it every time, every minute, bro. The guy on the rest.
Oh my God! Hey, everybody, person hear me talk about Chisora, and they go to say they talk about young Larry Holmes.
But hey, the guy, the guy brings the heat, bro. You know, you have to love. Listen, I wasn't a
It's
fan of
alright.
Chisora some years ago. However, I've come to realize what this guy's about. Okay, yes, coming on when he was coming up, he made a lot of mistakes because he fought in fights that. Okay, let's look at the Robert Elenius fight that occurred in that took place in Finland. Do you know he won that fight?
I've not watched that fight before.
Well, go watch that fight. He won that fight.
Is it on YouTube?
It's on YouTube. Go check it out. He won that fight, but he wasn't given
All those
because
fights are on YouTube.
you know
Okay.
he wasn't given the decision because Chisora fought just to feed himself then many years ago, but now the way he fights is different. He fights to like at least he's already
give a good account.
yeah
of
give a
himself.
good account of himself. Like it's different now.
And that's why the fans love him. That's why the fans love him coming
Exactly.
back because he gives a good account of himself.
Chisora was very look at Chisora. He was very out of shape. Look at Chisora now. You expect that young Chisora to be more in shape, and listen. If he was built like Joshua, let's say had a good promotional backing behind him and brand and stuff, I think he wouldn't have 12 losses on his record. That's a fact. When people see Chisora fight, if you look at Chisora's record right now, if you are let's say someone is let's say you are a casual fan and you just look at someone like look at a fighter's boss rec, is guy's a bomb, right? With the this guy's gonna get knocked out quick, 2 rounds KO. But that's not the reality, bro. In fact, I believe our brother Efia Jagba need to fight Chisora. Because I believe Jagba.
No.
Why not?
Ajagba will knock him out.
It's too experienced. Give F a top 30, 20 to 30 this thing. No, I don't want to fight an
Well, didn't our brother isn't Adewale saying that Jagba will knock him out?
Yeah, I think Ajagba will knock him out.
Okay.
But you know what?
Adewale,
I would have to wait to see Ajagba perform one more time after that loss to Frank Sanchez. That would let me know where his head is. Because if that has discouraged him and he can't get himself motivated and be at his A game, then that might be downhill for his career. But if Ajagba looks good in another fight against a soft person, he'll knock out Chisora.
Raymond, when did FA say he's going to fight again? Is he going to fight before March again, or is he going to wait till like summertime before he fights again?
I really don't know though. But his friend, Big Baby Anderson, is like the guy is active, bro. Very active.
Exactly, that's my own this thing. That's why I was telling you that Ajagba is even more active.
Ajagba had plans to go to Nigeria, after visit Nigeria with his girlfriend, but I think I don't know if he's in Nigeria or he went there, or I don't think so. I don't think he went to Nigeria. So I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to take time off and come back next year. I believe Ajagba needs to be active next year if he wants to get to his destination. Because Ajagba's name is not talked about anymore like he used to. Ever since he lost to Frank Sanchez. He's fighting January 1st, right?
Yeah. First of January.
Ajagba needs to be active next year when he comes back. So maybe give him a low level opponent fight, and after that maybe fight someone like Chisora.
Yeah,
but don't take credit away from Ajagba. He's greatly improved a lot, man. You can't.
I'm not taking credit away from Ajagba. I'm just telling you that people are like, they think if you can neutralize that power that he has, if you can not make him throw the right hand, clean, he doesn't land it, like he doesn't win the fight. That's what people like. That's what fighters are gonna be looking for. But not all fighters are like Frank Sanchez. Sanchez is definitely like Usyk, bro. Very talented,
extremely.
So those kind of fighters, you don't expect them to. You expect them to be very good. Although I still expect Ajagba to knock him out. Though I expect him to knock Sanchez out, but he didn't let his hands go.
Man, remember I said it. I said it a long time ago.
The defense was. I think that night something. He hasn't talked about it, but something. I don't want to make excuse for him, but probably, yeah, something happened. I don't know. It's just sad to see him lose. It was very sad. It was Saberman for me. I think that the Nigerian me who support him, but I think he will bounce back. Looks like Big Baby Anderson is getting to China, you know.
Yeah, Ajaba because he's more active.
Ajaba was like the forefront. Now he's like, back. Anderson is like being pushed now more by James Prince. I'm seeing it. Even the guys following us outgrown Ajabas. It's crazy, bro. Crazy.
He's boxing now. Maybe he might need to go on his own and do his own thing. Might need to be a free agent. Everybody's being a free agent.
Who will be a free agent?
Who? FA.
I don't think
that's expensive, man.
I know it's expensive, but if he's not getting the pushing that that's why he has a manager now. But like Raymond said, he's not getting that push again. And all of us are seeing it now. Gerard Anderson, the flashy outfits, everything. And he's also talented, So he's getting the push right now. And this guy is in the background. All of us are even speculating there's no takeoff date for him to make a comeback fight. So we don't know what's going on. And that's the thing. Inactivity is always going to kill you. No matter what we say. Like I was saying early this year, that Apodure is in a great position, and I like the position that he's in because he's so active. There's no how you throw him inside there with anybody right now. He's going to be sharp. He's going to be super, super sharp. So FA not being active is really worrying me.
Detrimental.
Yeah, it's really detrimental.
Yeah, a little bit though. And
well, we'll see now. I mean, once the heavyweight fights, this heavyweight card is cleared up on the first, it will open up a lot of doors for a lot of things. So we'll be able to see who the real contenders are. I'm sure by before January, we should have the heavyweight picture mapped out. Tyson Fury should come out and say what we want to hear, and then Dillian Whyte and Otto Wallin should also come out and say and give their own take. So we should get a much more clearer picture. And I'm sure that the Joshua Usyk rematch will be announced by then.
It's very, very sad though when you look at it, It's very sad.
Oh.
Well, Akpajiri is in a great spot because Akpajiri, has his own, like him and his trainer Glenn Johnson was a legend, of course. They do their thing, Their thing. Akpajiri is like, Akpajiri has been a sports person all his life, From age 17, he got a scholarship to play basketball in the US, and he also graduated as an engineer. So he knows a lot about businesses and stuff like that. He's been an athlete throughout his life. He played basketball, played football, American football. So he knows how these things work. Jagba is like, Ajaba came into the scene, and boxing is so different. So if Akpajiri made a mistake, I think I asked Akpajiri one time why he did not sign why he didn't sign with anybody, why he was doing his own thing. Like I think he already saw it, that okay, if I sign with someone now, they might want to rush me, because of my physique, of my fighting style, and of his physique and fighting style, and the way he looks, the way he is. They might want to rush him into a fight, but now he's building himself slow and steady, and now he's ready for a very good fight. He's ready for a big fight. He called out Janjlei. The fight was supposed to happen, but Janjlei's team pulled out at late hour, and he keeps working. Next year is back. He's gonna probably have 6-7 fights next year. I don't know, maybe more than that. Depends. He's already back in training at Bojere. But when you do your thing, yeah. So as long as stay.
Yeah, it's all good.
Anyway, Tajak, we give a shout out to the people watching. Your last word, and before Kinechukwu send us off.
Yep, hoping for the best for the fighters that we talked about, especially my guy AJ. Hoping he's he comes out on top. We just need that confident boost, because I said I'm still a fan, but I'm still gonna be truthful, because I'm not doing anybody a service. It's just being a lion, and nobody else is doing anybody a service. Is lying. I think if you tell them the truth, maybe, hopefully, it'll spark something or do something. I don't know, but I like I said, I'm still a fan, and that's just the way it is. Big ups to Ajagba. I think, he's one of the most improved fighter. There's a lot of these guys who have greatly improved, and we shouldn't try to beat them now. So big ups to Ajagba, and congratulations to Holly Holmes for that, being inducted into the Hall of Fame, Women's Boxing Hall of Fame. But that's where I'm gonna end it, man.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate your take on this. Let's go about our year. Kinechukwu to finish it, and then.
Yeah, I think it's been a very interesting, very, very viable fourth quarter of the year for boxing, for AJ. Everybody has learned something. AJ has learned something. FA have learned something. And I think it's going to be the first half of next year is going to really, or rather, first quarter of next year is really going to surprise us. I hope that two of them, AJ and FA, can grab some significant wins and then can set themselves up for big fights middle or end of the year. That's what I'm very, very hopeful for. And let's get the heavyweight division moving. And I'm hopeful that Apojere graduates from a prospect to a let's say a fringe contender. And I hope that he can do like a deal.
And let's not forget about Mike Balogun. That's also another dangerous guy, although he's not active like that. I think he's signed to Rock Nation also. Mike Balogun
really?
is another monster, bro. But he's not really active like that.
Yeah,
but the Americans call him Balogun.
Yeah.
Where is what though? Americans they know how to ruin a name, bro. Like Balogun. What the hell is Balogun? This is Balogun.
That's the way that's how Akin Wande became. I forgot. Was it Akin Wan?
But I noticed though that I think Balogun's one of his parents is a black American. The other one is Nigerian. I think they have to be the dad also. That Nigerian mom. Yeah.
How do you guys see the way they've changed? Atetokounmpo.
I don't know, bro. Like, you cannot even pronounce that one in Greek. Can you pronounce it in Greek?
Atetokounmpo. It's supposed to be Adetokunbo.
Yeah, but no, but he changed it. He changed it to Atetokounmpo. Yeah, he changed it because in Greek you have to do that. If they're giving you a citizenship, you have to. How do you call it? Yeah, something like change it. Like they have to change the name, in a way. Make it more Greek. So he had to do it. If not, they won't give him the passport. It's crazy how they even gave him because he got a scholarship, to play basketball in America. It means a lot of African kids born there in Greece, maybe like 70% or maybe 85 or 90 don't have. Weird. So they feel like not they speak language and everything, but not part of the society. So that's why I would have loved the guy to represent Nigeria, but I think he has his own reason for representing Greece. Play for Greece. Anyway, Adewale, your last your send off statement.
Hey, you know what? Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody. We had a wonderful 2021 in boxing. I think 2021 was way better than 2020 and maybe better than 2019. Yeah. So 2021 was a good year. We had Charlo Castano undisputed. That was a very good fight. Canelo became undisputed. Josh Taylor became undisputed. We had Wilder Fury trilogy. We had the situation in lightweight division with Kambosos coming out of nowhere, beating Teofimo Lopez. You know, Lomachenko came back. Tank Davis was a star. I didn't get to see too much of Errol Spence. He's one of my favorite fighters, but it's all good. Sean Porter retired, gave a good account of himself, gave Terence Crawford. It was a good year for me, man. So congratulations to us boxing fans. We had a good year. Hopefully 2022 will be better. I also heard that boxing has been removed from the Olympics in 2028. And I think that would have a very huge negative impact on the sport in general. That is an opportunity for MMA, mixed martial arts, to come to the top. Maybe jiu-jitsu or one of these other combat sports, they might actually rise because boxing seems to be taking too many losses these days. But we'll see how that goes with the removal of boxing from the 2028 Olympics. Yeah. That's what I heard, man.
I'm getting some news that Tyson Fury might have vacated the WBC title. Well, if he does, we'll post it on the group chat and talk about it. But I'm getting that news now.
It's not confirmed. I don't think Fury will do that now. So,
well, let's see.
Yeah. I'll see what happens. When we get that news, of course, we're going to report it for sure. So you guys should stay tuned for that. And God bless you, my brothers, for coming through.
All right, later.
Big ups to Tajagbe. Oh, we have Isioma in the house. Oh my God, Isioma. Can't let it go like that, bro. Coming. Let's go to this one. So, what do you make of the Whyte Deontay Wilder fight happening? Could possibly happen. Looking at the fact that Tyson Fury doesn't want to negotiate with Whyte, and doesn't want to defend his WC title. So, looks like him and his team, they are set to defend the Ring Magazine title. The thing I don't know, what is not clear is he going to vacate WC or WC going to strip him off? Strip him, if he doesn't defend the belt against his mandatory or not? What's your take on this?
With Tyson Fury, you get what you see. You know the character that he's made of. We cannot foreclose anything yet. But then again, we won't be disappointed or surprised if he doesn't get to defend the WBC against Dillian Whyte. Having said that, I think this also might just be one of the mind games of Tyson Fury to frustrate Dillian Whyte and make him feel. I think Dillian Whyte really wants to fight Fury beyond wanting to get the WBC belt. I think Dillian Whyte wants to prove a point that he has what it takes, that he can dig into his toolkit and, bring out weapons that could upset Tyson Fury. So I think for Dillian Whyte, it is more to fight Fury and shock the world than it is to just grab the WBC belt and sit atop, the WBC ranking. But like I said earlier on with Tyson Fury, anything can happen. That's the truth. When you have done a thing over and over, it's just like Tyson Fury's programming is to gain success, gain a lot of achievement, toss those achievements carelessly, and let the wind take them away, and then he seeks for them again. But at the stage where he is now, if he goes that route, he might just be kissing goodbye to boxing after defending the Ring magazine. But I mean, why would you want to vacate WBC to go defend the Ring magazine? What sense does that make, really? So with Tyson Fury, you get what you see, but then we cannot say for certain what Tyson Fury is going to do until contracts are signed and sealed and the fight is delivered.
Thanks, brother. So let's go to the next one, which is Anthony Joshua being inspired by Derek Chisora's performance against Parker in rematch. And yeah, looks like Joshua wants to replicate that in his next fight against Mikoffin.
I believe that everyone would be inspired by Derek Chisora. I think, prior to the fight, or while the fight just got started, some of us were chatting in the chat room on this platform. And I was saying that I really do not so reckon with Chisora, even though his losses are to the best boxers ever. Okay? Vitaly Klitschko, Usyk, Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte, name them. These persons that he's lost to are up there. But as the fight progressed, my respect for Derek Chisora went through the roof. Derek Chisora replicated Deontay Wilder in the Tyson Fury Wilder, in the Fury Wilder 3. Okay. We didn't imagine Chisora was going to go the distance. We thought he was going to be stopped. Of course, we know that Chisora has a heart, but I mean, what he displayed on that night is nothing but magic. All right. So I think that that's what is inspiring Anthony Joshua. And beyond boxers, I was inspired on the night, to be honest, that even when you are being battered and bruised, okay, even when you are out and sapped of energy, you can keep trudging and trucking until the very end of it. How you get to the end, okay, matters eventually. Whether you come out absolutely victorious or not. But of course, Chisora was victorious on the night. He didn't have to have his hand raised, okay, or he didn't have to win the fight. He won hearts. That's what Joshua should do. I didn't think that Joshua was that battered against Usyk, okay, but because he didn't throw it in, his heart wasn't in the fight. That's why people did not, reckon with what he did put up against Usyk. So in the Usyk Joshua 2, we should expect that Joshua would really go the Wilder way, go the Chisora way. And if he goes that way with his heart in it, throws his hand, make it a slugfest, I think Joshua has what it takes to beat Usyk. The reason why I'm saying this is we saw a few times Joshua touched Usyk's body. We saw how Usyk was withdrawing. We saw Usyk's face even weeks after the fight. All right. Yes, Usyk is a durable fighter. The longer the fight wears on, the better Usyk gets to be. Yes, his gas tank is amazing, but I think if Joshua comes with his hard combinations, Usyk will eventually buckle, and Joshua would get back to his belt again. I pretty much get to see Joshua as a replica of Muhammad Ali, not in terms of fight skills, but in terms of the personnel and the history that is between these two persons. So I'm so looking forward to Usyk Joshua too, and I hope that on the night Joshua would get to be unified or declared the unified champion again.
Thanks, brother. I do appreciate your take on this right here. So, King Usman has been named the UFC Fighter of the Year, having won 3 fantastic fights against Gilbert Burns, Kobe Covington, and Jorge Masvidal. What do you make of it, brother?
I mean, he's not pound for pound #1 for nothing, not just for in the UFC, but in the entire MMA
history, yeah.
ecosystem. Yeah, not
yeah, but
history now.
he has to match GSP's record, right?
And that's what I'm saying, not history, but for current fighters. Yeah, he still has to beat GSP's record. GSP's record is I wonder if Kamaru would equate GSP's record because of the title fight GSP had. I can't be precise with the numbers now, but I'm glad that GSP is even a fan of Kamaru Usman. Okay. Yeah, Kamaru Usman truly does deserve to be Fighter of the Year, considering the fashion in which he finished those fights, even though he did not knock out Kobe Covington. Kobe is about the best fighter in the welterweight division if Kamaru Usman wasn't there. Okay, so for Usman to make a mess of Gilbert Burns in the second round with that stiff jab that sat Burns on the floor, and for him to knock out Stone Cold in the second round also, Jorge Masvidal, and also give a dominant performance against Kobe Covington, even though Kobe Covington has in history proven to be the toughest opponent ever that Kamaru Usman has fought. Forget that Usman lost to, is it Keseras? I'm trying to remember his name. That was in his second MMA fight. Usman was actually dominating that fight before the guy climbed on his back and gave him a rear neck choke. Other than that, Kobe Covington has been Usman's toughest opponent. But Usman has brought dominance to his game. And I think that he has also proven to be a well-rounded fighter. I mean, this is an A-class wrestler, okay, and an absolute elite grappler who has even migrated away, not completely, he still has them in his toolkit, he can always go to them, but excuse me, he's wanting to prove, all right, he's wanting to prove to the world that he can bring his striking to his game, and his striking has tremendously improved, okay, particularly from Usman Covington 1, all right. He didn't even bother much with striking after that when he fought Masvidal the first time. He came back to striking against Burns in this year, went to striking against Masvidal this year, went to striking against Covington this year, and being the #1 pound for pound and having such dominant fights all through the year, 3 for that matter, where it was difficult for a lot of fighters to have 3 fights. okay, it would be an injustice to not confer on Kamaru Usman MMA Fighter of the Year, UFC Fighter of the Year.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate your take on this. And let's get to Jake Paul versus the Jake Paul fight against already Tyron Woodley, the knockout, and Tommy Fury coming out recently saying that he's being bullied. People are calling him all sort of names in the street. He doesn't really like, people look at him different right now. What do you make of it?
Tyron Woodley is such a nice dude to be going through the mess he's going through now, but I mean, he got $2 million to be knocked out when he was defending his title. I think his fight against Kamaru, which was his last title defense, he got $250,000, So I'm not sure now, but I know that there was a fight he got $250,000 for, fighting in the UFC. But since he lost his title to Usman, and because of the way I think Usman took Tyron Woodley's soul away from him. I think that since then he has not found his mojo. He has fought Gilbert Burns, he has fought Covington, he's fought also, who's this last guy he fought now? I'm trying to remember. We've lost Tyron Woodley, so to say. We've lost the Tyron Woodley we used to know when he was welterweight champion. And this dude wasn't just a fluke. He was good. He was outperforming and outclassing his opponents. So going over to boxing, I thought that he was even lucky that he wasn't fighting an elite boxer. In the first fight against Jake Paul, there were lots of gaps. So when he came in to take the place of Fury, I feared for him, to be honest with you. I feared for him because, I mean, this dude has not just been it. If he had enough time to prepare in the first fight and he couldn't get the better of Jake Paul, would he get the better of him? Is he conditioned enough to go the distance, even though it was going to be 6 rounds, I guess? So Woodley is done. He's done. I wish he accepts that fact and moves on to some other thing, whether he moves on to coaching or whatever, but Woodley is done. But I like him a lot. He's a good guy. He has no time to beef no one. Woodley would even take away from you the power to insult and abuse him. Okay, he's like a comedian who yaps himself. All right, so I like that fact about him. For Fury, it is what it is, isn't it? You pulled out of a fight, even though you are claiming you got injured. But what goes around comes around. Your brother is known for always going at other boxers, other fighters, and calling them pussies and calling them, what's the other word he always calls them?
Dosas,
Yeah, dosas. So if you're also getting a fair share of the medicine your brother gives out, I think you should take it as a man. And possibly, if I were him, I would begin to call out Jake Paul for another opportunity.
Yeah, brother. Thanks a lot. Thanks so much. I do appreciate it. And yes, guys, you heard it from our brother, Isioma. And God bless you, bro. Coming in. Be blessed.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Yes, sir. Me a flyer than an astronaut. Never been caught like Juggernaut, man, unstoppable. Gotta have my way with you, girl, you know the only way is up. Me have six senses, gives an upper hand from my performances. Yeah, the proof's in the pudding. I'm a heavy walking crooked. It just starts with a two-sip of the deuce, then the sexual tension. Cause the boost they fuck with the real one, the man a bootleg. Girl pulling up to the side of the passenger. So she wants someone flyer, sir. Me I'm flyer than a national. Never been caught like Juggernaut, man, unstoppable. Gotta have my